Hey, today I'm taking you on a journey through a bit of French entertainment. Recently I've been getting back into buying Blu-rays and movies on physical media in general, and I picked quite a few movies up, and I watched a TV show, I played a video game, and it just so happened that all of them have the same origin country of France, our neighbor in the West. And I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on all of these things that I've been checking out. If the camera kind of looks a bit slanted or something, my tripod broke, my big one. It's no longer stable. I'll see if I can fix it somehow, because it would be kind of sad to trash the entire thing because one little thing broke. So like here, this comes off because a bit of plastic gave way, and I'll see if I can do something to fix this, or at least make it more stable again, to use it in the future. Now I'm using like a handheld tripod on a table, so the angle may not be quite perfect. So we have one TV show, one video game, and two movies to go through. Like I said, it's not really a conscious thing I did. It just happened that a lot of interesting things to me right now came from France. Let's start with the TV show, because it's the only thing I don't have anything to represent it with, because they refuse to sell it on Blu-ray. And there are season sets of at least season 1 and 2 on DVD, but it's a new show, it's an HD show. I'm not buying a DVD for that. I put it out on Blu-ray, I'll happily pay for it. And that is Miraculous, the Ladybug and Cat Noir, Adventures of Ladybug and Cat Noir or something. There's a movie coming out, a theatrical movie later this summer, and we thought, okay, let's check out the show. And we're actually quite big fans now. We are 2/3 through season 1. They're nice stories, nice characters. I've been wanting to check this show out since its release, basically 2015 or 16, something like that. And I finally did. We just got through the origin story in season 1, which is for some reason like halfway through the first season. I'm not sure why they're not starting with it, because I was wondering, who are all of these characters? Am I supposed to know them? And now I got introduced to them properly. Like, the origin story is quite a good story. You should check out, definitely, if you're interested in the show. And the movie seems to be a retelling of that. I'm sure you've seen it around. It's a magical girl story. A girl turns into a ladybug superhero. Boy turns into like a cat superhero. And of course they love each other in costume, but they don't know their identity. They love each other in real life, but they can't tell it to each other. Like, it's the big traditional love story of a magical girl show. So it's nothing special there. It's CGI animated, and it shows all the problems I have with that. It's like empty and sterile backgrounds. The character animation is actually quite good in this one. The fight scenes are amazingly creatively choreographed and animated. So that's quite a bit of fun. When you see, there is this anime trailer where Toei tried to get the gig to animate the show, and it looks so much more lively like this, but apparently it was too expensive to animate. A few of the character models, like Cat Noir, is a bit too old. In that way, he looks a bit too old compared to what he does in the final show. So I can see whether they went with the style that shows. My girlfriend likes it a bit more, but she says, oh, luckily they didn't go with the anime approach. I would have liked the anime approach a lot more than the finished CGI work. But the new movie coming out looks amazing. We are watching that in movie theaters. We need to go to like a CineStar that shows movies in English, because we are watching the English dub of Ladybug, and of course we don't want to watch the German dub in cinema when it comes out. My girlfriend is not a big fan of French, so we are not watching in French. So English dub it is, and I hope we can grab the English dub of the movie, or see the English dub of the movie in theaters when it comes out. So Ladybug, Miraculous, it has like a million titles, this show. So you know what I'm talking about. You have seen it before. Recommended. A bit of lost potential. I'm not a big fan of the villain of the week kind of episode. I like the more story-driven main episodes and main story a lot more. So it's a lot more episodical than I would like. We have a few more things. 3 right here. Let's go with the video game. And this is the biggest disappointment, I think. It's Remember Me by Don't Not, who did Life is Strange, and I really don't like this game. The story is great, the story is amazing. I think I have 2 more episodes. There are 8 episodes, I think I'm in episode 6, but the battles and levels and all of that, they are so bad that actually I don't want to continue. I'm in a battle right now where I need to defeat a bunch of guys, and their idea of making a battle harder and more challenging is not to make harder and challenging enemies, but to make you fight like 20 enemies of the weaker variety at the same time. And it's just no fun. Like, the gameplay is terrible, the level design is boring. It's getting a bit better later on because they include a lot more puzzles by then. Oh, there it goes. And yeah, I want to see the rest of the story, but I can't bear the gameplay anymore. So I paused it. Maybe I'll go back to it and finish the last few hours of the game in the future. But that's a bit of a disappointment. I'm a huge fan of Life is Strange, and this one just isn't it. So it's you see, it feels like a bunch of art designers and writers wanted to make a game, but they had no idea how to make a game out of it. Like, the story is great, the art style is great, but the game itself is seriously lacking. So Life is Strange, if you're interested, I mean, check it out, but it's not a recommendation from me, sadly. Even though the story is quite interesting. So maybe watch a YouTube playthrough or something, or play as much as you can bear and just try to watch the rest. Or kind of, there are people who are fans of the battle system, I'm not one of them. And the level design too, it's one of these like Uncharted style games, okay? You're pressing X to jump from one ledge to another, pressing X again and X again and X again. So it's a lot of pressing X in hallways. Not a big fan of that, sadly. So here we have 2 movies, 2 from France. So we have La Planète Sauvage, The Fantastic Planet, which is a movie from 1973, I think. And it's beautifully animated. It's definitely adult oriented. It has a PG rating. I got the UK release of it because the German release is missing a few of the short movies that are in here. And actually this was cheaper than the German release. Over here it goes by the title Der wilde Planet. We got a Blu-ray release, and I like supporting the local movie industry. Like, I want these movies to also come out in Germany, but you cannot like skimp on the extras on that one. If you want my movie, give me the extras other countries are getting. This was put out by Eureka in the Masters of Cinema series. Eureka is kind of comparable to the Criterion Collection in the USA. And I think they're also starting to release in the UK now. So this is great. The story is basically a bunch, like, we're on a planet where these blue aliens, let's see if we can kind of give you the back right here somewhere. Yes, so you have these blue aliens, we also see it here, and they're quite a bit bigger than humans. As you can see, there's a human on the hand of this alien girl. And humans are more like insects in this world. And they are being held as pets by these big blue aliens. And they are wild humans, they are like domesticated humans. For some reason they were brought to the planet. Apparently their civilization was destroyed on Earth, so they are living on this planet now. And the aliens don't really understand how intelligent the humans are. And apparently we are comparable in intelligence, so the humans, the wild humans, are kind of starting to fight back and are trying to flee to another planet. And it's really a wild planet. Like, it's a lot of things where you would say, like, they're doing things to their pet humans, like having them fight each other, having them on a collar, all of that. It's really, I mean, it's hard to watch at times, but then you think, oh, we are doing similar things to animals all the time. So it kind of poses that question. Uh, Recommend watching this one. It's only like 73 minutes long. And because of the animation style, which is kind of cut out, like cut out of paper and then animated on screen, it's there's a nice booklet in here too. It's there are quite a lot of still frames, and it's challenging to watch at times. So it's definitely not a fun watch. Here are a few pictures of the other movies the director worked on. You can see like even the humans in the civilization. It parallels these like savage blue aliens with humans pretty well here. The humans fighting, and it's a nice watch. It's not a fun watch, I would say, but for the artistic style and the idea of the story, it's based on a novel. It's definitely worth a watch. So I would say I enjoyed this one quite a bit, and I would recommend it. It comes with the Blu-ray copy and the DVD copy of it. I never understand these dual format releases. I'm just thinking, okay, just put it out on Blu-ray or put it out on DVD, but why am I paying extra to have a DVD copy of the same thing? Same idea with the 4K releases. Like, why is there 4K and a Blu-ray copy in there? Just why am I paying extra for format I don't need because I'm playing the other one? Like, I don't understand that. But people seem to like it, and for me, who says, okay, 4K Blu-ray is really no benefit to me. It's nice because the 4K Blu-ray tends to get the better packaging over time. So if I want to have a nice deluxe edition of something, I can get the 4K release. There's a Blu-ray in there. So it's good in that way, but I never understand the dual format things. Like just choose one. And it has quite a bit of short films by the director. There's also a documentary on here that I took a quick look at, and apparently the director worked together with mentally ill patients, and they made movies together. So that's where the more deranged art style comes from. So recommend watching this. It's packed full of extras and very fun watch. I also bought another movie by this company, and the other one, let me see if this has the same information in the back. Like, they're very serious about giving you the proper picture. For example, here you see. Let me see if I can show this to you somehow. So you see, it shows you the correct aspect ratio to watch the movie in, and which one's incorrect. It also shows you which features to turn off on your TV to make the picture not like distorted or something. So this one is like almost 60:9. So this is what the movie should look like on your TV. They do that for all their movies apparently, because another one I have, which I'll probably talk about later, has a similar one. So nice artistic one, co-production between France and Czechoslovakia back then, today the Czech Republic or Slovakia, and yeah, recommend watching this one if you have the chance. And here's another one, in German, Der König und der Vogel, The King and the Mockingbird is the English version. This is very well known for having a very long production cycle. It started in the 40s, and the finished movie was released in 1980. So over 30 years of production. There was a kind of unfinished version of it released in the 50s. It's public domain now. You can watch that on like archive.org or Vimeo or something. And like this is often called a surrealist movie. And the environments, like there are weird angles. It's mixing medieval imagery with modern technology. There are elevators, there are jet skis, for example. Even though we have a very otherwise traditional like castle we are in. It's based on like the shepherdess and the chimney sweep or something, some kind of fairy tale. I've never heard about it before this one, but it's more tangentially related to that one. It's more about this like dictator king that nobody likes, and this bird trying to kind of dethrone him because he, in a hunting, well, what do you call it, accident at that point, he killed his wife, and now he's alone with his little chicks, and he wants to take a revenge by the king, revenge on the king. And there are quite a few cool ideas in here. In the end, it really felt like I woke up from a dream, more or less. Like the ending is really, it makes you think a bit like, what did I just watch, all of this? And it's a fun watch. It's still a kids movie, but it's very like more of a pessimistic take on all of it. So it's not a fun movie to watch, at least not as much as like a Disney movie or more traditional kids movie. So it's artistically seen a very interesting movie. From the 50s version, it has like 20 extra minutes of animation, and they took some of the old animation out. After I watched this, I went on Vimeo and watched the original version. Overall, the story is the same, so the overall story beats are the same. All of the things they added are more like visual, beautiful animation, basically, and more surreal animation, and a few more jokes here and there. So a lot more political commentary in there. And I would say this version is definitely the superior one, especially the ending. The original ends with like typical and they lived happily ever after kind of ending, whereas this one is a lot more symbolic in many regards. And I would say, even though like you could say like artistically speaking, this one is the more important movie, this one is probably the more like fun movie to watch. So if I had to put one of these back in right now, I would watch this one again over this. But really, in the end, both are great movies you should probably try to check out. For some reason, they haven't done a Blu-ray release of this one yet. This is a relatively new DVD release here in Germany. I think there's one in France. I'm not sure if this is out in the US or something. But here in Germany, we have a release. It is like, I watched it in French with subtitles. It's 82 minutes long, whereas the original version is like 56. So it has quite a bit of extra content in there. It's a PAL format, so you probably can't import that to the US. But yeah, here we go. We have a TV show, 2 movies I would recommend watching, and 1 game where I tell you like probably skip it. And yeah, a bit of French entertainment for you. I hope I gave you some ideas what to check out, and I wish you a fantastic day. I'll see you next time.